What's up, everybody? I need you guys to do me a favor. If you want to support the movement, Break and Change Academy, we got our Instagram. I'm showing you our website where you can go on. You can buy a tee. We'll go through that whole little process. You can buy a popple, the social media share, whatever you need to support. Appreciate you guys so much. Go through the whole checkout point, 25 bucks. We'll ship it straight to you. Till then, thank you guys. Appreciate it. So,
Yeah.
I'll ask you the first question. So, first question is, tell me about who you are and a little bit of what you do.
Oh, okay. Well, sure, I'm Ronald Clark, man. I'm just dude, man, that gets out here and gets it done, man. I mean, I've always been like that. My dad made me a go getter. You know what I mean? He always instilled in me to get your own. You know what I mean? The biggest thing is to always help others. You know, my dad was a charity type of guy, man. He's from back in the days, man. So he kept a checkbook. He always was writing in that checkbook and ripping them checks out and handing them to people, man. I was
That's a
just,
blessing.
man, I just sitting there like, dang, what's going on, man? But he's always telling me, man, you take care of people, man. It's always gonna, come back for you, man. It's gonna come back tenfold, man. You know what I mean? Especially if you do it from your heart. So, I've always watched that, man. You know what I mean? And so here I am today, 54 years old, man. You know what I mean? I mean, my pops, rest in peace. You know, everything that he taught me, man. I that's what people are getting from me now. So they getting straight from Howard Clark. Everything he taught me, man. I mean, that's what I do, man. That's why I know what to do. And then a big part of it is because me and my wife went to church for so long. You know, as a young couple, we was in church. We went to church, always in church, and we noticed that. I mean, and this happens in a lot of churches. And I'm not trying to put down church or nothing, but this happened in church. The people in church are talking about everybody, this and that, and we ain't that type of people. You know what I mean? We don't get down like that. So that
Exactly.
kind of pushes back, man. Like I'm coming here to get fed, but you know what I mean? You got this distractions going on up in here, man, and we didn't want to be a part of it. So we took what we learned in church. The biggest thing we learned in church was service. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Is to go out, serve people. That's God's work. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? He wants us to be servants. So me and my wife turned that to getting out here and actually doing it, man. And it just went from anybody needing help, we would just go. Whether you was on the freeway and you call me, Big Clark, man, my car flat. I'll be out there. I'll be like, where you at? Where I'm coming. 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, it don't matter. In the morning, you call me. So just being a servant, it started off like that, man. And then I had a player, a football player, man. He was up one time, man, and he said, man, I really want to help the homeless, man. Can you guys help me out? And I was like, it's simple, bro. Just get out here and do it. So we started every Thursday going in what we call the trenches.
Yeah.
And it's in Long Beach, and it's in between it's off of South, but it's in between the storage building and these apartments. Nobody goes into this place, not even the city goes into
Wow.
this place, right? Because I mean it's known to be deadly. You know what I mean? It's known to be deadly. So we took the young guy, man. We did the first time we went, we did peanut butter sandwiches. We did 80 peanut butter sandwiches, chips, 3 cases of water, all that, and took it all up in there, man, and fed everybody in there. We fed everybody in there. They started talking to us, man, and we told them, so we'll be back next Thursday. So we planned it every Thursday, man. To sometimes we would go across the street to Little Caesars and order. I would order
A bunch of
14
the hot and
people.
ready's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he would order 14 hot and readies, and we would take it back over there, man, and you know what I mean, and just feed those people, man, and they were very grateful, man. We met some good people. I met a running back for Notre Dame, man. I cannot remember the guy's name, but he went to Notre Dame, was running back, man. He was up in there. He was in there, man, in the trenches, man, and he just said, man, everybody, have bad luck, man. You know how it's they bounce back.
yeah,
He like, I'm gonna get back out there. He was like, I'm gonna get back out there, man. So he knows how to get in contact with me, man. So that's it, man. We just, the time we just took the time, man, to do a lot of volunteer work. That's all it is time, man.
exactly. Yeah,
So yeah, no matter what people call on you, you have to do. So that's what we do, man.
yeah. That's cool. It's crazy to think about. Like, well, it's not really crazy, but it's like it's almost like a blessing that you speak about your father and how he was able to like basically give you an example of like giving service and giving back and stuff like that. That goes a long way. The people that you're around kind of shape your character and who you are. And I know that you're from LA. People don't probably not know, but you're from what part of LA you from? Like where did you grow up at?
I'm born and raised off of Century and Western.
Mm,
Yeah, right there by it's called Jesse Owens Park now, but when I was young, it was Sportsman Park. I'm like an original Sportsman Park boy. Like that park is all I know.
yeah,
That park raised me. Yeah, that park raised me, man. Hold on one second, man. I'm sorry.
you good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, man. Yeah, Sportsman Park, man. I mean, I ate there, all the time. They always had free lunches, man. It's a community park. I started playing football there. When I was young, little kid, man. Started playing football up there. We go street to street. They always had festivals up there, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm a big product of this community. The only thing with me is my dad, man. Like I say, my dad, my dad was 6'2", he was 6'1", 290. He's a
Yeah,
big guy, man.
yeah,
Because he was offensive line. So my dad, man, he always would say, man, I'm not losing to these streets.
yeah,
I'm not, because it was a lot to get in, around here, man. It still is to this day.
hmm,
But I was he had me, I've been training in football since I was 8. I started playing football when I was 8 years old. So I've been, I never had an off day, because I went from football to track.
yeah,
Yeah, I had no off days or the street days.
yeah,
My dad would make me come in and all that. If I wasn't here, I was at the park. You
yeah.
know, carrying the
So
football.
I was gonna say, so I know like one of the main things too, like you talked about like staying off the street and stuff like that. You basically what I'm hearing is like you tried to stay busy, or your dad always made sure he was into something. Um, but like how did you manage, like, because I know like over there, it's gang members over there. Like how did you manage like growing up, what ended up happening with you to where like, you may have been introduced to gang life and stuff out there, and then how that, even though
Well,
your dad was telling you something else.
yeah, man. Well, all my friends, man, my cousins and all that, they was already involved in it. You know what I mean? And I was this athlete, running around with a ball. You know what I mean? But I still knew everything. You know what I mean? I mean, at the time, it was 9-0 gangster over here. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I knew it. I would play baseball at St. Andrews Park. So I knew the difference. I knew what everything was going on. I knew what they were doing, but I just had to be home at a certain time. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? My folks wasn't playing. You know what I mean? My cousins, my aunt, she was drinking and going to clubs. My cousin, he could go wherever he want to. So
yeah, it's
could really,
different households, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But when, you know, Miles and Pops say be home at a certain time, then, you know, you gotta be home at a certain time, man. I
Did
think
you?
turn for me, it just probably turned for me, man, when I seen, you know, I wasn't there, but I came afterward. One of my friends got killed down the street right here at Holiday Liquor. That kind of like, you know, like wow, you know, like somebody that, you know, we used to race popsicle sticks up and down the street, you know, like man, you know, that kind of changed it, man. You know what I mean? Because you know we started to have to protect ourselves. You know, wherever we went, we had to start protecting ourselves. You know what I mean? And people will be like, you know, what I mean, you guys off Central and Western, you guys is from Sportsman Park. You supposed to be over here. I mean, everywhere you would go in LA, you know, we would walk. You know, we
Yeah.
would walk. We would walk the fight. You know, we would walk the fight. You go to Hurton Mall, fight, you know, wherever, bro. You know what I mean? The youngsters of those days, bro, they was fighters. You know what I mean? Nobody really had guns unless they stole their dad's 22 or 32 out the house. You know what I mean? Other than that, you had screwdriver and dog chains.
So like during this
You
during this time, and when around what time was that? Like when people was mostly
that was
for the guns and all that stuff started coming.
what, and when the guns actually started coming
No,
around.
before, like, so the time when everybody was fighting.
Oh, that was like in the 70s,
Oh,
bro. That was
70s.
in the 70s. Oh yeah.
And
Only
then,
weapons would be like K cutters. K cutters. You like they used to wear K cutters in their hair. Like, you know, your older brothers would have afros and they would have
yeah,
a K cutter in their hair. But if it came down to a fight, you know what I mean, they'll pull
they'll
that
whip
K
it
cutter.
out. That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it was just like you would just, bro, you would just be out somewhere like walking and somebody will pull up on you, bro, and get out. And like, where you from? Who you know? Like, I know. And then next thing you know, some dudes. But it's a fight though. You know, and like I
People
say,
was
only thing
fighting.
you probably will, you get stuck. Yeah, you get stuck with a screwdriver. You know what I mean? That will get your head busted. You know what I mean? Other than
Yeah,
that, but you know
that's crazy.
that's all it was,
So
man.
when
And
did you start to see? When did you start to see that change? And like when people started carrying guns, was that in like the 80s, the 90s? I know 90s it was hectic in LA,
yeah,
during that time.
yeah, it was in the 80s, it was in the 70s too. You know, in the
Okay.
70s, you know, 70s got people had guns, but it wasn't a lot, you know, until the 80s. You know, in the 80s when the drug came in, the guns came in. You know, that's when it really got, you know, it got where, you know, it was a lot of gun violence. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because the drugs came in, you know, but I
you
mean,
changed the game.
oh yeah.
So during that time or during those times, you know what I mean, obviously like you a youngster or you young and your mindset is different, but you also have that upbringing that your dad your dad taught you right or your family taught you right, you feel me? Um so how what would you say like was the toughest situation you was ever faced with that made you change? Like to make you change, like you always had that foundation that you was around your homies at a certain point, and I'm sure like during that time you had to defend yourself, or you might was doing something you wasn't supposed to do. Like, what would you say was like something that revealed to you that you was like, this ain't, I'm not gonna be fully fledged in this because I can lose. I'm not gonna do what my dad wanted me to do, as far as like keeping your life and staying out of trouble.
Uh, Probably the first time I went to youth authority when I was walking in youth authority, bro. Like what the hell? You know, like I'm in jail for a charge now. You know, what I mean, I'm in jail. Something that's been told to me all the time, like you just gonna end up in jail. You keep on running around these streets. You know,
Mhm.
eventually you gonna end up in jail, and that's what happened. You know, well, being a juvenile at that time, they would just call your folks. You know what I mean? And then, you know, my dad told them to keep me. You know, they was signing me out, and my dad like, nah, he
Keep them
committed a
in there.
crime, he
Exactly.
gonna stay. Yeah, he's gonna stay.
How did that
So that
make you
kind of
feel? How did that make you feel when your pops was doing that? How did you feel during that time?
so that it turned me to concrete. It turned
Yeah.
me to concrete. I felt like that right there was like, I was like, this, he don't love me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I didn't notice, you know, like I know now I'm adult.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I didn't know, you know what I mean, that he was trying to show me a lesson. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I was just like, this fool left me here. Like, you know, pops always saved me, man. But at that point, you know what I mean. And then after that, oh yeah, you know, I acted out more to the point where my dad finally was just like, I'm not gonna bury you. I can't have you going from here to Washington High School because you're gonna get killed. From here to Washington High School. Hold on. From here to Washington High School, you know, something's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
So my uncle, my family lived in Harbor City, California, and that's where you get. That's why I'm there with the pantry right now. You
Okay.
know, I partner with one of my boys, his wife. Me and my wife partner with one of my friends, good
Okay.
friend, his wife. So he sent me out there, man, and I don't know why my light won't come back there, but yeah, so yeah, he sent me out there uh to have a better life. You know, he knew it was gonna be better than down here, you know, and it was, you know, it was different. It was different from Los Angeles. I was sitting down there to go to school, and I ended up making a right instead instead of making a left
Yeah.
because I mean Harbor City is a beautiful city,
Hmm.
and it still is to this day. You know,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful city. It's different from South Central Los Angeles at that time. You know what I mean? My family, they lived in two-story houses. You know, in Delamo Woods, it wasn't like, you know, South Central LA, man. It was, you know, you had garage openers, and you know, people had Cadillac Berids, and you know,
Yeah.
everybody had new shoes, and you know what I mean. But I was still, you know what I mean. I'm still
You
like,
still from it? You still from out
yeah,
there?
I'm still in South Central, bro. Until I went to school. I went to school, and but I had knew a lot of the guys over there already because I used to come, you know, in the summertime, you know, and be over there. So I knew a lot of them. But you know, when I got older, we started going to high school together. But yeah, it was totally different for me because like, I was from Los Angeles, and it was just different. You know, it was quieter over there than it was over here, man. But I ended up making good friends over there, man. I ended up, like I said, you know, I had a cousin. Was like not had a cousin, have a cousin. You know that ended up being the starting quarterback in the 10th grade, man, and doing great, man. Ended up going to Oregon and playing for Tampa Bay and all that, man. My cousin Daryl Reed, and me and him been together since we were 8 years old. You know, since we were eight, we've been, you know, we've always been together.
Yeah.
And, me going the way that I went, you know, when I should have went the other way, you know what I mean? I was already set, you know, my destination. You know what I mean? For me to be an athlete and go play football, man, I was already there. You know, I was a pretty talented kid, and I threw all that away, man. But you know, I say that to say this, you know, even though you come from, you know, not having everything, man, you know what I mean? What I know now is that eventually it'll catch up with you. You know, at that age, you know, I was not used to having anything. I didn't have anything, you
Yeah.
know, the new shoes, and, you know, we had secondhand this, secondhand that. And then, you know, you start seeing where you're able to, have five, six, $7,000, you know, a day in your pocket, bro. It's kind of, man, you know, that's eye opening to a person that don't have nothing. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I got caught up in that, man, you know, that money stuff. And, you
And that
know,
changed. That changed a lot of people. Like especially when
yeah,
they feel like when the opportunities are limited or they may perceive it as that, and then you can get fast money. You know, you might just be like, "Let's do it," no matter the consequences. You see
yeah,
the money, you willing to take the risk. You know.
yeah, man. So, you know, from that point, make a long story short, from that point, man, I ended up doing 13 and a half years out of my life in the California prison system, you know, chopped up in between, but you put it all together, it was 13 and a half years that I you know, wasted, you know, walking around on some concrete, man, because I don't know, I was trying to prove a point that I was some tough guy, man, when, you know, when actually, you know what I mean, I should have went where I was supposed to be, man. And you know, but then
did you feel like during that period, did you feel like you was conscious of any of this stuff, or you was just like it didn't matter, like you was just operating on like your environment? Like, was you conscious like in your decisions, or later on you started to realize like different stuff, like it was like a brain unlock, like okay, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
no, the only time I would realize it, bro, is when I was incarcerated.
Yeah,
You know, because that was the only time where you stop. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You not moving. You're not out here with all these lights and all this camera action. You know, you stuck in a cell. So you start thinking about it. You know, you start thinking about, you know, what you done wrong. You know what I mean? You know, how's a family doing? You know what I mean? Why am I doing this and that? Why these people are telling me they gonna sink me, and I'm still not listening. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. You know, you don't it it don't hit you, man. I mean, until you decide yourself to say that, you know, I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm actually done, man. I know what point for me when I was done, man. I was in Corcoran State Prison,
that ain't too far
and
where I grew up at.
yeah,
Yeah, Corcoran, I
yeah,
know.
yeah. I was in Corcoran State Prison, man, and terrible play. I would, you know, I have a story that I tell little young guys now. I'll get to that part, but that place, you know, was pure hell, bro. Pure hell. You know, I mean, I'd seen the devil walk across the yard one time. I know it was pure hell. You know what I mean? But I mean, when my grandmother passed away, you know, you didn't get phone calls that often, you know what I mean? Because the place stayed on lockdown all the time. I spent summers of heat of 120,
It'd
125
be hot
degrees
out there.
locked in a
My
cell.
pops is out there in Corcoran too, but
Yeah.
during that time he was out there, I think he was in the shoot program
Oh,
during the
yeah. Yeah.
23-hour lockdown. He was in there for like 2-3
Yeah.
years. It was bad.
Yeah. That's 23. Yeah. That's 23. You get 23 and one. You get 23 hours inside and 1 hour outside. Yeah. I've been on that side. I've been on that side of the hole, man. And that's terrible, bro. That right there. You know, you really got to be a strong man. You know what I mean? And really have something inside you that's going to push you to the point, you know what I mean? Because anything weak minded is going to break. That concrete is going to break it, man. You know what I mean? But you gotta, you know, you really gotta uh, accept everything that you've done. First of all, accept everything that you've done. Blame it on no one. You know, accept it yourself, and then you just move on. You know what I mean? It's a point of life. I said once my grandmother had passed away, you know, I was pretty much done. I was like, I couldn't be there to her, and she finally got a call to call home, man, and found out that, man, and you know what I mean.
That's tough.
You know, that was heartbreaking to the point where I just, you know, I explained to my homies like, I'm finna chill, bro. I'm finna get these points knocked down, and I'm going home. You know what I mean? I'm going home. I'm done. Yeah, man. And from that point, that's where you know, I backed down, bro. Changed my life. You know what I mean? I started doing the things that was right. You know, I my son was already born. You know what I mean? My son was born before I went in. When I came home, he was 7 years old. When I Before I left, he was a newborn. He was just born. He was newborn. Yeah, when I came home, he was 7. You know, so
Now you came home to a 7-year-old kid. He's not even
yeah,
like
seven,
used to daddy like that. I'm pretty sure he's seen you and stuff, but that's different from on the 7-year.
yeah,
Man, you missed so many
yeah.
years, but you got a lot to make up. And I know, you know, once you got out, you know, you started to change a lot. What did you say? You used to you started working for the like painting the planes and all that.
Play for Gulfstream.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was after. Well, I'll tell you when I first got home. Yeah, when I first got home, uh, I had, man, I had a firefighter one, firefighter two, all this. I went to college and all that while I was locked up. Came from Corcoran down to CMC. They gave me the whole hookup, and I took advantage of it.
Oh, that's good.
I did everything. I was a certified firefighter. I was doing classes. I was teaching Texaco, all those. I was doing fire brigade classes on my own. They allowed me to do them on my own because I had become so smart, with the books and the one-on-one, hands-on hand, and all that. So when I finally got home, bro, I get a job here and I start working, and then maybe 2 weeks later they come out there and be like, excuse me, we need to talk to you, and it'd be about my background. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You can't no longer be here. So I lost, man. I lost like 6, 7 jobs like that, man. And then this one job that I was working at for a long time, man, was called Fritz. It was a warehouse. I was a great forklift driver. I could get those trucks loaded fast, man. The people really wanted me, so they hired me. I was in, dude. I probably was working like a month in, and I'll never forget it, man. This white man, he was carrying this big old thick pile of paper, and I'm talking to my brother-in-law, and he said, man, this dude never out here on the floor. And I told my brother-in-law, I said, that's my background check. He was like, what? That's my background check. It just came in. So they called me over the loudspeaker. I went in the office. He had it, bro, sitting right there. And we're going through the thing, and I'm like, I was like, man, when I was young, bro, I made a lot of mistakes, man. I'm like, but I'm older now. I have a family. I'm just trying to work. Man, he was not trying to hear that, bro. He was not.
Oh,
He
my
told
God.
me, he told me, he said, we cannot have you on our dock. We cannot have you on. You have to leave immediately. So leave that uniform shirt. You have to leave me. And I left, and I walked out of there, man. And I was like, I didn't care, man. I was going to get it done. So eventually, this is what I found. I don't like cats. I'm not a cat person. I'm not a cat person. Okay. So I'm walking down the street one day. I see a help wanted sign. I knocked on the door, got it. The lady took me in the back. It was 300 cats back there. She was like, I need you 5 hours a day. I need you to come in here and water these cats, feed them, change out the litter pans. You have to do it every day, 5 hours. So I did that. And then it was a lady next door that had a dog kennel. She was boarding dogs. She had 200-300 dogs all over this whole place, bro.
That's great.
A lot of dogs. I took the job over there 5 hours a day, and then I finally found me a night warehouse job. So I was doing this every day, man, every day. I stopped messing with everybody. I did, my wife, because my wife had told me, she told me straight out, when I came home, she told me, if you're gonna go back, then I'm not gonna be with you. And I love her to death, man. That's my baby. And I was like, and I was like, okay. So I let go of everybody, bro. Anybody that had something to do with wrong stuff, bro, I was on my own, man, with my wife, man, and that was it. And so I worked, man. I worked my ass off. I came home smelling like dog shit every day. I hate cats. I went and did that cat job, got scratched, all that shit. Cat jumped on me one time, bro. And it was just, you know what I mean? But nothing was going to deter me from what I needed to do, bro.
That's real.
And, all the way up to, to where I'm at now. I mean, that pushed me forward. And then mind you,
if you can get through all that, you can get through anything.
Mind you, bro, mind you, 2001, I got sick. I had a blood poisoning, and it shut down all my vital organs, gave me a heart attack.
Wow.
I was in a coma for 2 months on a ventilator, and they was telling my wife and my family that they done all they can do for me.
Like you wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah, I was there. They, they told my family that.
How you get a blood poison, like from eating something or being around?
Yeah,
something?
from eating something. Yeah, eating something. Wow. Yep, because I used to, I tacos, man. I eat tacos anywhere, man. I love tacos. Wherever I see a truck, man, I'll pull over. I want to eat. I was a big eater. I love food, bro. So I could have got it from that. you know, because I was stopping anywhere. Wherever I seen a taco truck, I would stop and eat, you know what I mean? So, you know, I could have got it from that, man, but yeah, it shut me down, bro. And you know, I remember getting a blessing from my brother-in-law, Greg, and my brother-in-law, Tanu, man. And from that point, I didn't remember anymore. You know, it was told to me from my family and everything, man, of what went on. But, you know, that pushed me to who I am today.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, I know that the prayers and God, you know, is the one that kept me from that, because these people already brought the chaplain in, the doctors was already in there saying they done all they can do. And my wife just wasn't having it. You know, she just wasn't having it. She was like, no, you got to do more. She told me the story. She's just telling them, like, no, you're going to have to do more. You're going to have to wake this man up. You know, so my dad he made a joke one time, man, you know, finally when I got physical therapy and I was able to walk again, I finally got back around to see my pop. And he was like, boy, I thought we was gonna have to go get that black suit for you. I
Man, that's
was like,
crazy.
man, that ain't
I
funny,
can't
man.
imagine that. That's wild.
Yeah.
Dang,
So
that's
yeah,
crazy.
man. So yeah, man, that showed me that there is a God. You know what I mean? And you know, I know I'm truly loved in my family, man. And that I was like, I gotta pay it forward. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that's what I, you know, and before then, before I got sick, I was already playing semi-pro football. I was already playing up north, but we moved back down here because this is where I got sick at, down here, and I was in Long Beach Memorial Hospital. And a year later, I was back on the football field. A year later, I had work, because when I came out of the hospital, I've always been like 290, close to 300, because all I do is eat Samoan food.
Yeah.
I'm a big dude. So
Yeah.
after I came out of the hospital, I was 212. I was 212. I had no equilibrium.
Small.
Let me see. I had no equilibrium, no nothing, bro. I was in a wheelchair, and my daughter was pushing me down the street one time, and I seen one of my buddies that I knew a long time, man. His name was Joe Salcido. And I was like, hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? We talking. And all this time we had been living up the street from each other. But mind you, I was sick. I was sick. So I'd never seen him. So when I finally was getting the rehabilitation around, that's when I ran into him.
Mm.
His brother named Danny, me and him was good friends when, you know, we was 14, 15 years old. So I finally got to talk to him, bro, and he's the one that got me into Gulfstream. He's the one that he's the one that got me that job in the Gulfstream, man. And I went in there, man. You know, at that point, I hadn't been arrested in almost 17 years. You know, I had been away. I'm law abiding citizen, bro. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's good.
So yeah, man, he got me that job, bro. And you know, I was there all the way up until the time I got hurt. I mean, it's a great job, man. You know, very professional job. I learned a lot, man, painting, you know, G650s, 550s, the 400s, the 500s, you know, the 280s. I painted a 150. I mean, it's a heck of an experience, man, for a guy coming out of South Central Los Angeles.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, these jets cost $80 million. You know, the
Yeah.
650s cost 80 million, you know, 550s, 50, 60 million. You know, the experience that you have, man, you know, in that corporate world, you know, when you look back at, you know, where you come from, man, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's just, you know, it's just for anybody, bro. I tell dudes all the time, don't make excuses, man.
Exactly.
Don't make excuses because of where you came from.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have it all. It's just going to take some different roads to get there.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
And
And so many people, like, they conscious, or like their environment tell them, like, because they see somebody else doing bad, you automatically going to feel like you're going to be in that same boat, but you don't got to be. I know I always had the mindset that I was going to do the opposite, like, since I was
yeah,
young. Even though I
yeah,
see everybody else, I'm like, I hated living in a house where, like, I wasn't able to see my pops, or like we was poor and we was like some of the stuff was like fun and I'm grateful for it, but some of it was
Yeah.
like, I'm about to get up out of here. Like I can't
Mhm.
live like this because
Yeah.
I want to do better. I want
Yeah.
to feel like what it feels like to, I don't know, just be able to get what I want or do what I want when I want and all that stuff. I was gonna ask you too. Speaking of, because you kind of went back to like everything you've been through and how the basically the road bumps you went through when you were having a job. What would you say? What advice would you give to like maybe like some felons trying to get their life back in order to get a job and the things they may go through? Like, how can they overcome that? What is it?
Man, yeah, man, don't take no for answer. Don't take no for an answer. You know what I mean? When you fill out an application, you know what I mean? Yeah, let them know. Let them know. Yeah, I got a feeling because they're gonna find it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But let them know what type of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because this is a one-on-one. Most of the interviews is a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go in there and you take time and you sit down with them and explain to them what's going on with you, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get the job. You know, if you hide something from them, they're gonna
feel like they're gonna be
yeah.
like,
I ran a warehouse before, and I know, because all the paperwork was sent to me. I would get it and I would see it and I'd throw it away. You know what I mean? I didn't care if a dude. I call the dudes in and show them like, look, bro, they sent your background. You got red lines all on it, but look where it's going. I'm like, I don't care about that. Get out there and go work. They love me. You know what I mean? Because that's what you do. The company gets that paper, bro. They can say yay or nay.
mm-hmm.
You don't know this person. This man needs a job. So just because you see those red lines on it, you automatically tell them no. Man, just throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
You might have a top employee right here.
Exactly.
You gotta give people a chance, bro. And for anybody, man, you get out. I have 2. Yeah, I know I got 3. I have 3 parolees on my team now, and they're doing great, bro. They're doing great. One of them is already working already.
That's good.
One of them he's already working. The other one is getting there, but he's okay. The other one's he's okay. He has a good backing and good surrounding. And then the other one just got out and he played this week. He played in Bullhead City this week. You know what I mean? So, like I talked to them, I explained to them, man, I was like, this is what a person that's coming out needs, automatically to be able to get into something.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because there might be some places out here I haven't heard of them. You know what I mean? Some communities do have it. Like I think Harbor City has Toberman, and it's like a parole officer stuff. I have a friend named Daniel Marin that works for them. That takes care of that. I think it's just for the harbor area. But down here in LA, I haven't seen anything. You know what I mean? So, my advice to them is, you can lean on people if you want. If you need the help, you can. But I would try to do it myself. That way, you know what I mean? When you look back, you know what I mean? You're the reason why you turned around. You know what I mean? It's simple. It's simple. These people will. Some people won't, but it's a lot of people that will. Man,
you just gotta
Felon. Why?
You know what's funny? Because one thing that I realized too, like some of these companies want to feel like they're what I'll say, like they're giving back in some kind of way, but it's about the way you word it. You know what I mean? So like even on
they will. Yep.
Or cover letter, sometimes you got to let them know your struggles, so they be like, okay, they feel like they're doing a good service, and they see that you're trying to do something better. But you got to be upfront. If you faking it or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh, this person a felon, and I'm not giving them a chance because I don't know what the hell they really doing. So it's a little different.
And because I'd rather have that felon working for me anyway. Because number one, he made a mistake, so what? We get over that. But he knows what it is to work, because having a job in the penitentiary and having a job out in the streets is way total different thing. You work in the penitentiary, you working all day and night for 12 cents. You're going to get $11 a month sent to you. That's nothing. And the work, oh my God. Either you working on a farm, whatever they need you to do. You making clothes, you making shoes, whatever they need you to do, you finna do that all day and then some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a new slavery. That's what they say.
So if you have that type of person that been doing that for a long time, and then you switch him over to the outside and give him a job, he's gonna be grateful as hell
Yeah.
for making $15. You know, he might be overjoyous.
Yeah.
Just to be making 15. And they'll take McDonald's, Burger King, whatever they can to secure a check. You know what I mean? But a lot of them just don't get the chance, man, because people just look at, oh, I hate a Felon. No, you need to take a chance on them, dude, because those are the ones that's good workers. They're great workers. They understand. You know what I mean? The Department of Rehabilitation, yeah, they make sure that you're gonna, when you get out, the first job you're gonna get, you're gonna love the hell out of it.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yeah, that's good. And I keep you there a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so last little section we'll talk about is just kind of about the Lions. When did you start that? When did you start the West Coast Lions? And
okay. Yeah, West Coast Lions came in this thing in 2016, man. I played minor league ball since 2001, man. I played on a lot of teams. One team I was with for a long time, 11 years, was called the Long Beach Lions. And, my wife always been on my side, man, with me football. She fully supported me from the get-go. She's always supported me. So she's seen everything that went on from me playing up north to me playing down here, down south. And so she knows how these owners are and all that, man. So, make a long story short, I don't want to start throwing shade on these owners. But,
that's what was coming to the mind, like, man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, me and my wife was just like, we need to do a team, and then, you know what I mean, take out all the stuff that we know that's bad and make it better. You know what I mean? So when we first started, we had Edgar, we had another guy named Danny, we had Tua, and these guys came in as partners. We got it started with them. But it's one thing about this football, man. Some people are going to be able to, hang on for the long jurisdiction of it, and some won't. You know what I mean? Great friends, bro. It's a long road, man. It's a long road, with the traveling and all that, man. You know what I mean? You here, you in this city, that city. A lot of people don't know about minor league football, man. When I started out here was 28 to almost 29 teams. So we're in every different city all over, man. So, all that sweat, blood, tears, all that for all those years is how we came up with the West Coast Lions, man. You know what I mean? And so we at this point.
So what was the goal? Like, once y'all put together the team, like, what was y'all plan and what was y'all mission as far as the team? Because I know it's bigger than just football, just for me, because I know I was a former player on West Coast Lions, and I seen the environment and how y'all really, like, give back and help.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. We think yes, it need to be implicated, man. The family part. And I've been on teams where it's just clicks and all that, you know what I mean? And certain people are treated different if you're an all-star and all that and this and that. On my team, that shit don't go. Yeah. We treat everybody the same. Everybody is treated the same. You know what I mean? We might have a guy that we have to be around more than others. You know what I mean? That's because we're trying to show them something. You know what I mean? We might have to pick them up. You don't know what we're picking them up for. You know what I mean? We might be picking them up to take them to a job interview. You know what I mean? So for some time, yeah, some dudes, yeah, we have to be with them a little bit more, but everybody is the same. Everybody can call, everybody, if you need anything, we're there. However, we're one big family. You know what I mean? I don't play that. I don't have no favorites or none of that. you know, everybody gets an attaboy from me. You know what I mean? They're all the same. You know what I mean? They're different type of players. They all have different characters, but you know, we brought a whole, you know, one big family. No matter where you from, no matter what your color is, your background, no matter what. You know what I mean? We brought them, and a lot of these guys was handpicked from a long time ago. They just been here for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Darnell Barnett, Jew Godoy, you know, Walter Wilson, all the guys, man, you know, they've been here from the jump. And you know what I mean? And you know, when you build these teams like this and you show them, you know, what we show them, you know, they're gonna be around. But I think a lot of them, they see me play, how I played over the years, you know, how respectful that I've always been, how respectful my wife is, and you know how people love us. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course you would want to be around some people like that, man, that truly shows love because I mean, we do it all, man. We go to the baby's birthday parties, the weddings, the wherever. You know what I mean? Wherever you need that support, man, my wife get up and go be there, man. We don't just tell you, oh, okay, you know what I mean? No. For you, for you breaking your back on our team, that's what we do, man. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We show that love and support back. You know what I mean? I wish I could give more than that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a big thing. I've been out there. I know how it is. You played on my team before. You know, we traveled to Arizona. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot, bro. You know, that's a lot on these young dudes, man. But we do it for a reason. We do it because they need that air. You know, these young guys need that air, man. They're going through so much. I've never seen uh, young people go through so much than what they're going through right now. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, you guys are going through a whole hell of a lot than what I was going through when I was young.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord, you know, I mean, the anxiety, the stress, the depression, all that, man. You know, all that bottled up in one kid,
Yeah.
and all of them feel the same.
I don't even think people I don't even think a lot of people didn't even know what anxiety was until they started feeling it. They
Yeah,
they didn't even
yeah,
know. Now I feel like everybody is like you conscious of a lot of stuff now.
yeah,
To like it really bothers you. You know, went through obviously went through bad stuff. You know, back in the days and stuff too. That's what you know. That's how a lot of people got hooked on drugs and all that stuff to alleviate
yeah,
the pain.
yeah.
But
Hmm.
now it's just different, I think, and it's younger kids too.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
Like
Real young.
it ain't your auntie and uncle. It's
Oh,
teenagers wanting to.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's different, and those are the
yeah.
kids. Some of the kids that you get on your team, you get the young adults. You get the
Yep.
you know what I mean? The ones
I
that
call I, I call them the pill poppers.
that's
The
hilarious.
pill poppers. They'll pop a pill in a minute.
Real fast, huh?
Yeah, man. They just yeah, man. They just need love, man, and understanding, bro, and guidance. You know what I mean? And guidance. They just need to know that somebody's gonna be there for them. You
Exactly.
know, that's all they need. They just need to know, man, it's somebody, bro, that they can lean on. You know, they gonna do their thing. You know what I mean? But I'm always on them. I'm on them like a conscience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm soon as you do something, I'm on you.
Yeah.
Man, you already, bro. Why you want to do something
No.
like that, bro? Like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Like, see, and if they don't have that, then they
Yeah.
think it's okay. You
Exactly.
know, they
Or
they
if
really,
you allow it in your presence, it's like
yeah,
you ain't really your homie, or you ain't really your uncle or pops or anybody in your family if you just allow somebody to do something. Obviously, you
yep,
go your own choices to do something, but if I sit there and let you do it in my presence, then I ain't really your family. You feel me? Uh,
yep, that's right, bro. That's exactly what and I don't care. I don't care if they get mad or whatever, bro. And I tell them all the time, bro. You know I love you. You know what I mean? I'm like, people that love you gonna say something about it. You know what I
exactly.
mean? If I didn't care nothing about it, I turn an eye to it. You know what I mean? I'm like, but I'm telling you that because I love you, and I don't want you to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I mean, these young dudes, like I said, they're going through a lot, man. You know, I try to take I try to take the finance part out of it because money and all that crap, bro, really messes with this younger generation.
That brings more. That brings. This is why a lot of people experience anxiety and depression because they feel like they broke or they don't. Or some of them, I believe, sometimes ain't grateful, but they might feel like they broke, so it makes you want to go get some money. Or if somebody, or they try to hide it, they got pride if they feel broke or those feelings that they get.
Yeah.
And I noticed that like when I was playing, like you guys do, y'all try to help whatever y'all can, but obviously, if y'all need something to get help, they gotta be. If you can go pay $40 to go get an eighth of weed or whatever you gonna get, you can take this to spend toward this trip we about to take, and it's hopefully for your benefit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, y'all real reasonable about it and real lenient on what y'all do because y'all love y'all players and y'all really making an impact.
Oh,
yeah, and I've seen that. So and then lastly, I'll ask you. So where could people like somebody that may want to play or where can they find y'all at and even the food pantry that y'all have, like where y'all got that set up?
Okay, the Harbor City Food Pantry, they're on Instagram. Okay, the West Coast Lions is at westcoastlionsfootball.org. Or hold on. This is crazy, bro. We got a business line, and I know all the numbers. I know numbers like going, and I have not ever since my wife made that phone, bro. I have not memorized that phone.
I can put it, to me, and I can put it on a video and stuff. And they can contact me on that. And but yeah, man, thanks for coming on and taking the time and spread some of your story and hopefully somebody come get inspired by it because it's a real story.
Oh yeah.
And know that y'all can you can do whatever you put your mind to, and no matter your circumstance, you can get through it. It just takes commitment and you know what I mean, and stand solid. And like you said, don't take no for an answer when it's something you're trying to get.
Don't take no for an answer. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Nip. Man, come on,
as
man.
As long as it's legal.
Yeah, as long as it's legal. Nip laid it out there. Nip laid it out there for everybody, man. And now Jay Stone is doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I listened to Jay Stone last night, man. I listened to the whole album, man. I mean, like, Jay Stone, man, that dude, man, if I advise people to just listen to his story, man.
Yeah.
The dude is real legit. You know what he's talking about. Jay Stone will inspire you. He's the same way, bro. He came from this gang shit, prison, all that. Look at him now. Look at him now, bro. He's shining. He's shining and he's doing right, man. And you don't have to be a rap artist. You know what I mean? You can be whatever you want to be. Whatever you put your mind to it.
Wherever you're passionate about.
Bro, believe me.
And during these times now, I feel like it's even easier because there's so much like resources on the online. Now. Online, you can, you know what I mean? You can learn how to do anything.
Everything.
You just gotta have a will. You gotta have a drive. Brand yourself, and you got the connections. And us, like as Black people, a lot of us naturally sociable, so you can make the connections. You make the connections. Do anything else. You gotta do it. But yeah,
put that blunt down. Put that blunt down for a little bit, and
go
man. Get on that phone and start looking through it, bro. These young dudes, man. I'm thinking in the future, I'm gonna open a paint school, man, so I can start teaching younger generation how to paint. One more thing before I go, I taught a young guy, Thurston.
Yeah.
Thurston Hollis. I taught him, man, the motorcycle that he built the Harley from scratch.
Wow.
Painted it, everything, man. I told him that I did one for him. I did his first bike. It took me like 3 months to do the bike, man. I did it in my garage. Came out beautiful. I hooked it up for him. I told him he watched the whole thing. He watched how I did everything. And he went on to start doing his own thing. And that's what he does on the side now. He paints Harleys and all that. But
that's dope.
I mean, I'm looking down the past, man. I mean, to get a little paint school going, man, start teaching these young guys.
That's in the future. That's what we want to do at Break and Change. We want to open up something back in Bakersfield, open up like a center where like kids can like do like get in the studio, make
Yep.
learn how to do all that
Learn
stuff.
trades already.
All
Yep.
that, learn all that, all the stuff they aspire to do, and with tech and all that stuff, and that'll be different. A lot of these communities need stuff like that, and they don't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Welding, all that. That stuff is easy to teach, man. And we know a lot of people in those positions that can just come out and show them how to do it, bro. And that'll go a whole lifetime, man.
Yep, that's different.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. Have a good night, man. Happy
You
holidays to you and your family.
All right, yeah, you too, man. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, brother. I love you and thank you, man.
All right. Okay.
All right, one.